Legendary and top quality rarity items are the pinnacle of items you can obtain. They prove to be extremely powerful and build defining. But what if we intentionally restrict ourselves? What if we can only use the most basic blue manuals, as well as some of the worst gear around? Can we still beat the game? Let's start our journey with Poor Raven on Nightmare difficulty. As a starting weapon, we pick a rather obscure weapon type, the flute. As such, we begin equipped with a wooden flute and clothing made out of cloth, as well as the Soundwave attack. It causes sealing on the enemy if we have 100 points of MP more than the enemy, up to a maximum of 15. Now, since I currently have exactly 100 maximum MP, it doesn't seem too handy. We start out by helping the constable and claim our revitalization technique. Thankfully, it's a blue manual. Continuing our way into the Lost Forest, we fight some snakes, some bears, find a peony which helps to befriend some girls, and a really cool accessory providing 120 attack. Well, to be honest, there is one issue with it. It is epic rarity. In this run, we are only allowing blue and green equipment, as well as items and manuals. Nothing else is allowed to be equipped or learned on our character. As such, while we do possess this accessory, it is pointless. We also collect 2 Linger and consume them to improve our maximum MP. Remember our martial art and how it inflicts more sealing per MP we have? Exactly. Now a major decision awaits us. We encounter a lewd old man. He sees our unique talents and untapped potential and wants to accept us as his disciple. So we beat him up. And decide to worship him as our master. Poor Raven. Now that is a name befitting my first disciple. Truly remarkable. I think so too. He asks for our ambition. I believe my goal is to unify the scattered martial arts world. He also gives us another manual we can learn. I guess he did realize we only need blue stuff. Since we are already in the Nameless Village, it's time for us to rob it. We steal a shovel from the hard-working field workers that would have needed it, destroy the stockpiles of firewood in the village, and rob their chests. All to steal the nameless treasure hidden by a master. We head to where our treasure map leads us and come across a poor civilian being assaulted by bears. As we are a most righteous soul, we absolutely need to help out. But just after purging, the boss, this bandit backstabs us as he fears we will rob him of his treasure. So heavily damaged, we fight him off. Afterward, our master rewards us with a weapon of our choice as we have advanced in our journey. We also learned he is tone deaf. I really don't know if we did the correct decision by becoming his disciple. After this is completed, we dig up the hidden treasure. 1,500 500 coins. We just increased our net worth by at least 6 times. Subduing the red boar also grants us a huge manual, visually speaking, but sadly it is of epic rarity. In the crossroads, we then have a pleasant encounter with Ye Yinping. She's definitely a top 5 girl for me. I just love her cheerful aura and her sense of justice. As such, when we are being robbed by bandits, we show no weakness and help her deal with the bandits. Just look at our character model. If he ain't angry, then Hulk could never be. Having subdued the bandits, we hand them over to the government authorities. At the tea stall next door, we have another most pleasant encounter. We are able to spar with a vagabond multiple times to further increase our prowess and then figure out he is being chased by some bailiffs for possessing rare items. As a righteous martial artist, we help out in times of need and are rewarded with some more treasure map fragments. I may also have forgotten to spec my passive tree, so bottom row of fire it is. Returning back to the nameless village, we realize it is under attack and it may have been our fault as the bandits are actively seeking us out. Just ignore the 2 women standing right there. They must be hidden experts ready to defend the village. Surely. At this point in time, both of my quests want me to demolish the bandit camp, so we get right to it. After all the fights we did so far, our flute skill has also reached level 9, vastly increasing its AoE range. Having just defeated the bandit leader, we are confronted by Taoists, Buddhists and Confucian followers. They decisively determine that we, poor Raven, are in fact the bandit camp leader and want to exterminate us. They are level 50. A hard battle will ensue. Thankfully, we have our flute skill with great AoE to hit all 3 enemies at the same time. But we barely deal 25% damage. Thankfully, our character can act quickly enough to get another turn, so we switch up our strategies and decisively go for back attacks on the stern Taoist. What I forgot to realize is he has damage share from the passive tree, so I take recoil damage. We then evade his next attack, granting us a major advantage over the enemies. With 2 more sound waves, we can take out the Taoist. Suddenly, the Schiffer monk attacks and crits us, draining half of our health. We then manage to revenge kill him and level up from killing him. If you remember, in this game a level up full heals the character. This results us in having the high ground against the last enemy. But can you believe it? Even after defeating them, they still decided to ambush me. Fortunately, a senior rescues us and delivers crucial intel. These 3 martial artists are pure hypocrites with purely ulterior motives. The senior decides to invite us into the 9 faction sect, but our old man, our master, warns us not to join them. After inquiring with our master, we came to understand the 9 faction sect is responsible for a lot of major events and mischief. Back at the nameless village, we now grab our steel armor and decide to depart. You may notice it's only day 2 so far, and the coachman carriage only arrives on day 3. However, if you join the old man and annihilate the bandit camp, he actively tells you the location of Chuxiang City, allowing you to head there via pet. If we interact with the coachman in Chuxiang City, we can then learn of Daliang and Linen City. Since we are currently dumb, we are also checking out the library in Chuxiang City to become a scholar. We then sign up for the Young Hero competition and absolutely demolish both the preliminary and finals. As our reward, we pick 2000 points of fame. None of the other rewards are too appealing to me, and 2000 fame at least catapults us further. The lewd old man hands us another manual for completing the tournament, a really good one as well. The Bitter Joy finger technique. It is epic rarity. After another fight with Ye Yinping, we further increase her favor and opinion of us. We also managed to trigger another event and acquire a tiger pill, granting +1 permanent strength. Since we are still slightly poor, we accept a bounty task. To complete said task, we spend 100 coins and get 300 coins back instantaneously. A real infinite money glitch. More or less. We finish off Chuxiang City for the moment by, on the one hand, also participating in the dojo competition. The 3 main city dojos are competing with each other and we decide to get involved. Another epic manual was obtained we cannot use, and on the other hand we also dig for the treasure map during the night as to not attract the guards. On our way to Daliang City, we then stop by in the nameless village and come across a hooligan messing with the best housewife. Having arrived in Daliang, we met up with Ye Yinping again and solved another riddle. And then it's time. Time to enter the one and only Jiangyu Casino. We entered with merely 10 guan and are leaving with 80 guan. We are super rich now. Right next door is the glittering artifact auction where we've been invited to. Fighting off some random NPCs with a single move due to my amazing AoE rewards us with a mansion. And don't worry, I didn't forget about the treasure map. Right next to the treasure map location in the Cloud Fabric store, I also purchase a Wanderer outfit. Its defense may be subpar, but it helps to befriend some other characters. With that, we hit the halfway mark. If you've enjoyed it so far, drop a like and subscribe. Thanks. Back to the run. I am buying some new handy dandy manuals for us. This way we'll get slightly higher damage and musical stat. And the next tech we do is the Confucius book strat. I am looting books from some chests and reading them in the disciple room for a fat EXP injection. That alone almost pushes us to level 45. In the meantime, I am continuously farming the back mountain to obtain more herbs, and we even get a letter. The 9 faction sect is stirring trouble across the 3 cities. Maybe refusing their offer was the right call. At 45, I invest into the wind passive tree to get more action speed and energy. Here's also an overview of my current manual situationship. It definitely needs some upgrades, but options are thin in Ploost style. I debated allowing fusion in the run. It would massively power up this challenge, but the slogan is blue stuff only, so fusion is out. Now, time to flex a bit. The Earth Tier Arena, the 3rd arena in Dalian City. It's pretty chill, no drama. To be honest, the early game was never meant to be hard under the blue stuff only rules. Clearing this tournament also nets us a gift from the old man. An epic weapon. Thanks, but no thanks. I will deny this temptation. And here a slight recap on my gathered herbs. We almost get 700 max MP. That's 7 sealed with my martial art in my book. Now I believe we are done with Dalian City for now, so let us head back to the Nameless Village and then visit Linnan. In the Nameless Village we encounter our beloved spear girl eating in the inn but forgetting her money bag, so we, as a noble fluteman who is trying to give her a spear tip, will pay for the meal. We then recruit the beggar, the scholar, the blacksmith and Hua Xinyang to our team so they can slave away in the workshop. At the gates of Linnan, a samurai jumps us. Quick work, and we dealt with him. Then we fulfill our deepest desires. Bankrupting another casino. They are so impressed they hand over a legendary manual. Shame we can't touch it. Blue only life. In the Linen Dojo chest we find the Dragon Tiger manual. A solid blue manual, 15% attack and 15% defense in combat. Since it's nighttime, I also dig up the last piece of hidden treasure left, near this shrine. Suddenly we hear a familiar voice. Ye Yinping is chasing a thief. That's our 5th meeting in 11 days. Could it be fate? We help her. She heads back to the Ye family battalion. Sounds like a visit is due in the future. I snag a blue accessory from the aroma house. We gift the shopkeeper to 100 relation and she's happy to look the other way while we loot her shelves. This one's a top tier blue accessory, up to 15% damage in combat. We also swap to the Dragon Tiger manual and we stack another 15%. Our blue synergy is slowly adding up. Next stop, the Maiden House. A brothel, yes. But our master's a lewd old man, so we are just being filial. I speedrun the puzzle, full tutorial on the channel if you need it. And upstairs we meet an elegant lady, easily top 3 in my book, although the Canvas DLC gave her a bit of an baby face. She rewards us with an epic Siva for solving the puzzle. It grants attack, damage and adaptation, which lets you use flute, Siva and loot arts on these weapons. Shameless self-plug right here, that is my mod. The epic Siva move she gives us can also rot in the inventory alongside the weapon. Now it's daylight again and we hit the market for bleed immunity. Always recommended to obtain. Then into the Linen Underground Arena. I'm a flute build, not a plate build, so nothing down here is critical, but it's free fame, and we've already hit fame 7, or fame level 7. At the Herbology sect, we meet another top 3 girl, the Divine Healer Chu Wangyo. She has 5 patients, each with unique conditions. She's brewing herbal soup non-stop, so we'll have to handle the rescues. Right now I can cure 3 out of 5, but I should unlock the other 2 options very soon. To do that, I visit the Langya Sword Pavilion, befriend Oye Hong, then introduce myself to Dugu Yanyi and kick off his questline. Back to Linen City by evening to keep my promise to the maiden house owner Yan Rui. She shares her story, born noble and fallen to the status of courtesan after misfortune. In the same courtyard, Miao Caidi asks if I can play the flute. The main character says, no. Excuse me? I've been training flute this entire time. What has this guy been doing? Anyway, in the end we do teach her and get a legendary flute. It truly would be too easy if I could use those weapons. We then finish Dugu Yanyi's questline and the Langya Swordmaster agrees to coach us in musical weaponry. We then invite Dugu Yanyi to the party and use him to cure another of Chu Wangyo's patients. Then it's time to head over to Chusheng City again, and more precisely the Tiger Escort. We decide to join as they are actively looking for some more escorts, and since we are quite famous already in our regard, we can immediately join and take some escort missions. Whilst delivering some of these goods, we come across disciples of the 3 major religious sects and sort out their grievances by beating them up. I also make sure to interact with Zhang Ziyan, who is being chased by the Jolly tribe and recruit her. She is one of the few characters that are skilled in toxicology and as such perfect for the Divine Healer's Chu Wangyo's quest. Now, to recruit Zhang Ziyan, we simply beat up some Jolly tribe members. When delivering goods in Daliang City, I also come across this weird situation where the shopkeeper isn't present. Poor Raven decides this isn't a problem though and just places the goods at the door. Finally, back at the Tiger Escort, we ultimately delivered enough goods to trigger the next mission chain. Some other escorts are causing trouble and want to swallow the Tiger Escort whole. We decide to help Han Hongyu out and come across some bizarre dialogue. Our main character says, since I am the head of the Tiger Escort, my buddy Chime came up with a flawless explanation of the situation. So Shrimp, the main character, is delusional and already thinks of the girl as his future wife anyway. As such, since she owns this place, he owns it as well. Now that is ingenious thinking. We then proceed to fight 3 level 61 characters, and this is a perfect battle to showcase my current character's strength. I may not be able to defeat them in a single strike or a single flute attack, but with the help of my high action speed and the shield, I can get multiple actions off before they get one. Now there's a reason in particular why I'm doing this battle, and that's it grants 30 combat stat per enemy killed, and with 3 of them being opponents, I can quickly snatch 90 combat. We finish off today's episode by heading into Han Hongyu's private chambers and snagging all the loot we can. This was initially meant to be her dowry, but as Chime previously exclaimed, we already consider Han Hongyu our future wife, so no harm is done. If you guys enjoyed today's episode and this style of narration and editing, hope you guys leave a like and subscribe. See you guys with the next one.